here. We are on here. All right. Hey, everybody, it is Kendell Lenice, and welcome to More Than Just a Movie, where we break down classic Black films, TV shows, and the overall Black experience when it comes to media. Leroy and I, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., that is my co-host, my brother, my partner, and we are in our 6th season, y'all, of More Than Just a Movie, as we like to call it, MT Jams. So I'm excited that we get to do this every Thursday. So if this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kendell Lenice. If you're watching it on Facebook, you can still watch it on Facebook, but please go over there and subscribe to my channel. If you're just tuning in for the first time, we have 5 other seasons of More Than Just a Movie. 5 seasons, y'all. So definitely check that out. I can guarantee you some of your best movies are there. If your movie is not there, it's because early on we used to post clips and they done muted us. But that's all right. If you want us to do them again, we can do some of them again if you don't see your favorite movie right there. All right, my brother, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., right here, he suggested that for season 6, we do Black directors. And that's what we're doing. Leroy, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, lady? On this rainy Thursday.
I know, but we glad to be
No.
alive.
Oh, absolutely. You got that
It's
right.
good to be
After
alive.
the week that has gone on here in the area, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta,
So
so let's talk about
it
that
is
briefly.
truly,
You want to talk
yeah,
about it
yeah,
briefly? Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Tell the people if they're just
No,
tuning
for
in.
those, yeah, and they haven't watched the news because this. I mean, this is a national and international actually event where one of the major bridges here in Baltimore, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, was hit by a cargo ship this past. I think it was Monday. I think that was Monday when
Mm-hmm.
it happened,
Yeah.
and totally collapsed the bridge. And for those that aren't familiar with the area, with this DMV area, it's not only a major artery for connecting 695, which is our beltway, but it's a major artery for connecting the people that travel
Mm-hmm.
north to south and those that
Mm-hmm.
sell
Mm-hmm.
south to north.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that don't know, Baltimore is a major port,
Mm-hmm.
so it has impacted many ships that come here to port and to drop off stuff. So it's not just a Baltimore thing. It's a devastating one,
Mm-hmm.
but two, a tragedy because there were lives that were lost because they did call off the search for the 6 individuals that they believed had fallen into the water. So our
Workers.
prayers go out to everybody. Yeah, there were some workers that were on the bridge at the time. Um, I wish that they had let them know, because they got here's the crazy thing. I don't know if you
Yep.
saw it or not, but
They got the
they had
card.
radio, yeah, to stop, and they must not have known that there were workers on the bridge to let them know, hey, y'all need to get off of the bridge, or they just didn't know in time, which was sad in and of itself too. But I was real quickly, I was watching the footage of of everything that happened, and you see there were two cars that got across
Yeah, I saw that.
just before
I saw that.
just before the impact. I'm just like, Lord
Can you
Jesus,
imagine
can
that?
you? I'm
Imagine
like,
how
oh
they
my
feel.
gosh. I
Imagine how
mean,
they feel right now. The ones that just got off
say
the
it
bridge.
again.
Imagine how the ones feel that just got off the bridge.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, and you want to talk about it's just, and I guess if you want to say the fortunate thing, if you want to find a bright spot in it, is that it did happen at like 1:30 in the morning, so there wasn't a lot of traffic
Yeah.
on the bridge, which was a good thing, they could stop the traffic from going across, because it would have been could have been a whole lot worse, could have been a whole lot worse than what it was. But it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute. And these folks, what really makes me upset about it, Kendall, was, and I don't know if you've heard, they one this reporter asked Mayor
Oh, I
Brandon
saw.
Scott the dumbest question ever.
When will
Like,
the bridge? When
dude,
will the
ain't
bridge
nobody
be
worried about
built? That's
baby,
yeah.
yeah. Like, dude,
I saw
what are you
that.
talking about?
He's like,
We
we're
still
worrying about
trying
the
to find
people.
people in the water.
Right.
Yeah, we're
Right.
still trying to find the people. And then
Right.
these idiots on social media talking about, it's a DEI thing, and they talking about that, and he was on, I don't know if you saw it, he was on Joy Reid's show last night. He's done a phenomenal job. Him
Yes.
and Governor
Yeah.
Governor Moore. I mean, yeah, What's more, they've done a phenomenal job of handling this whole thing. But he was on, Mayor Brandon was on Joy Reid's show last night, and he shouldn't even had to address it. But these folks
Hmm.
calling him a DEI, mayor. Like, dude, these people this just shows their ignorance. One, it just shows their total ignorance. And everybody's pointed out, like, one, he's an elected official, so
Exactly.
there's no diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
so just that
Exactly.
right there, you showing your ignorance to
Ignorance.
even say something like that. And somebody had the nerve to say something about his jacket,
What? The
saying he
one that
wearing a
said
Letterman jacket.
Baltimore?
Like, are y'all
Oh,
it?
because he had a jacket that
Yeah,
said
they have a big
Baltimore.
old patch they had a patch that says Baltimore City on it. I was like, these
Listen,
people just, they have to,
because he's a
it
young
just
black,
goes to show you,
like you
Kendall.
said, young black men
Yeah.
have been named the
Yep.
boogeyman, and people have been afraid
We've
of
been
them
called the
since the
boogeyman.
beginning of the
Yep.
time and been called the boogeyman. And he's proud of his
Yep.
heritage and he's proud of where he's from. And pretty much nobody better not step to him with that, because he's going to, he's going to not do anything bad, but let them know. Like, he's not going to allow them to just say any old
Yeah.
thing. He's focusing on what needs to be done. And I think
Done.
Mayor Scott is a great mayor. He's talking about, we got to save the people. Let's not be concerned about when the bridge is
Mhm.
being built. These are somebody's family members.
Right.
They're human lives. Like, I
Right.
mean, even though, like you said, that Baltimore is a main port, and a lot of commerce and everything can't get through, but at the same time, and above that, we're still dealing with human lives. And because of how society
Yeah.
is and economics is, people just skip over lives and want to get down to the business. And
Yeah.
these are somebody's family members that did not come home.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, Kendall, are we that? Is our society gotten to that point where it's just like people's lives don't even matter anymore? It's just like,
Yes.
okay, let's
And
move
it's
on.
sad.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes. And it's sad. But we are to that point where,
Yeah.
society just wants to keep on going past it. It's like, okay, this happened. Let's go past it.
Yeah.
And somebody is
Right.
mourning right now.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. Their family.
I was just like, wow. But you know what? In all of this, it doesn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you, like we were saying, where our society is, and unfortunately, how immune people have come to, to the passing of life. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really is, and folks don't care until it's
Yep.
somebody that they know. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. Come on.
Until it's
Well,
somebody
we
that
don't
they
know
know.
the people,
then
but
then they then
we're in Baltimore.
right, right.
It's sad. We don't know the people, but we're right here. This is like close to home. We're right, Leroy and I are right
Yeah,
outside in Baltimore County, the street. We have gone over that
that
bridge.
could
We
be
know
any
the
of
bridge.
us. Yeah,
right?
that
That
could
could
be
be
any
any
of
of
us.
us. My And I was traveling that day. So, I had friends and
Okay.
family call me frantic from all parts
Yeah.
of the country because they know
Yeah.
I'm here. And then
Yeah.
my one cousin knew that I was traveling. So that's how I found out. 5 a.m. She
Mm,
was blowing up my phone and she was hysterical. Because I was supposed to call
yeah.
her when I got back home to let her know I got home
Oh,
safely.
okay.
And I didn't,
Yeah. Didn't.
and she
Mm,
was freaking out. And then my aunt
yeah.
from Boston, one of my good friends from Vegas, like so many people, because that
Yeah.
is
Checking
close to
in.
home. And yes,
Yeah.
because we could have easily been on there.
Yep. Yep, and you just never know. And I had folks that checked in with me too, saying, "Hey, just
Of
want to make sure
course,
you good, make sure you okay. Make sure you okay." I heard about
of course.
the tragic event, hunting and everything. I was like, yeah, family's good. Nobody was impacted in personally or anything like that. I said, but you just do you feel if you don't have any kind of empathy or compassion for something like this, something wrong with you. You know what I'm
Something's
saying?
wrong. You got a hole in your soul.
Something is
Like Patty
seriously
LaBelle
wrong
said,
with
you got a
you.
hole in your soul.
You know?
But let's take a moment of silence for them,
Yeah.
since this isn't something that's so far away from us that it's not tangible. We have no idea what it is. We know exactly where the bridge is, you
Yep.
know, all the people there, but it could be somebody that we've worked with before, or that we know somebody that knows
Hmm.
somebody. We don't know who it is. So let's just take a quick moment of silence for those workers who were out there making a living for themselves and their families, working the overnight shift. And
Yeah.
it's very unfortunate that, man, that they lost their lives. So let's just have a moment of silence for those workers that were on the Baltimore Francis Scott Key Bridge. Our prayers are with the family for sure.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
right,
For
Leroy.
sure. For sure. For
I wish
sure.
I could take a
Yeah.
commercial
Let's
break
go.
so we could. All right.
Let's get some
So more,
sponsors. We get
I
some
know,
sponsors and
right?
we can take a commercial break.
A commercial break, because I feel bad just going right into it. All right, this is more than just a movie where we
Nah.
break down Black films, TV, and the Black experience when it comes to media. So, season 6, we're focusing on Black directors. So, we had Ava DuVernay. She was the only woman that we have done thus
Hmm.
far. And I was like, we need some more women. We need some more women.
Kendell was like, "Yeah, you need to put some women up on here, right?
Come on. Come on.
She
It
gonna
is
represent
Women's
for y'all,
History
ladies."
Month. It is Women's History Month. Hello. Hello. All right.
She definitely gonna represent for the sisters. You know what I'm
Come on
saying?
now. Especially my sisters,
Absolutely.
the Black women, Gina Price Bythewood. Wood. I'm looking saying her name all wrong. Gina Price
I know, trying to
Bythewood.
say that
Right.
try to say that 5 times.
Right. So she used to be, when she was working on Living Single, she used to be Gina Bythewood. And then she got married to
Okay.
another creator, and she's Gina Prince-Bythewood. Well, she was Gina Prince then, I should say. All right. She is my Gemini sister also. June 10th is her birthday. And she's an American film director and screenwriter. She began her career as a writer for multiple television shows in the 90s, including the anthology, I can't read today, anthology series CBS Schoolbreak Special, for which she is nominated for 2 Daytime Emmy Awards. Bythewood also made her feature film directorial debut in one of my all-time favorite movies, Love and Basketball. That was known to be after her and her husband and how they met, and she played basketball. And that was, of course, in 2000. Can you believe Love and Basketball came out 24 years ago?
24 years. Wow. Man,
24
I can
years
believe it. I
ago.
can believe it because
I'm still watching it like it just came out.
I know, right? And I tell you, Love and Basketball and When Harry Met Sally are like my two favorite
Mm, it's a good one.
all time comedic, romantic comedies, if you
That's a
will.
good one.
They
That's a
really
good
are my
one.
all time favorite movies. Those are two. I
Yeah,
can watch them any time that they
yeah.
come on. I can watch them. I can seriously
Shout
watch
out,
them. So
shout
yeah.
out to my boy Jamal. Come on now, Jamal Baker, Molly Mall. I remember I was dropping my kids off at my ex's, and he used to be like, "You just don't know what to do with yourself," and I didn't. I remember Love and Basketball came out, and we
Mhm.
went to go see Love and Basketball, and I think he was all over Sanaa Lathan, like, oh my God, right? And we went to that movie theater. First and last time I ever been there, it was in Baltimore, like on Eastern Avenue, somewhere on those parts.
Okay.
And we went to go
Okay.
see it.
Okay.
And I remember we loved the movie afterwards. We were clapping. And at the end, when she kept playing, they were saying, "What are you playing for?" And he was like, she was like, "Your heart."
Uh,
And then he was like, "What? You can't play? Your knee hurt?" I remember my friend Jamal kept saying, "What? Your knee hurt?" Your knee hurt. And we went to go
uh,
see that movie. So classic Black films are the films that we sometimes remember, like where we were, who we saw these movies with. And if we can recite the lines and we know the scene that's coming up next, that's a classic Black film for us, right, Leroy?
yeah, I'm gonna tell you a funny story because I think the movie theater that you went to is it's only one on Eastern Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I can't remember the name of the theater, but it was one me and my buddy. And this was when I was in high school, right? This is maybe 86, 85, 86. Because I knew Mark in 86, 80, yeah, 86 and 87, right? So we go to that movie theater. It was a dollar movie back then. That was a dollar
Okay.
movie theater.
That
So
Bel Air Road one is a dollar one.
we
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we go to see the movie Candyman because that movie Candyman came out
That
back
still
then, right?
scares
No,
me.
no, I'm sorry, it was $2. It was $2. It was the me and my buddy. We were in there cracking up because we thought it was the dumbest. We thought it was the dumbest movie ever, and
I
so
still
we
don't look in the
cracking
mirror.
jokes.
I still
I
don't look in
was
the mirror in the
like,
dark.
I was like, I want my $2 back. I've been saying it all my life. I want my $2 back for that movie.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Come on, Kendall. Say it 3 times. Say it 3 times.
No,
Candyman.
I'm
Candyman.
still scared. My older cousin, God rest her soul. She used to have me shook. She used to have me in the mirror because you had to be in the mirror. I still can't look in the mirror in the
Right.
dark. I'm almost 63 and I can't look in the mirror when it's dark. I was like, oh my God. It was funny to you. It's still
I bet you
funny.
that won't be on our list of black classic movies.
No, no. You be sitting here by yourself. Look, this is how it's gonna look. Look, this is how it's gonna look. If you do it, it's gonna be just like I'm an exit stage right. I ain't fooling with you.
For sure.
You
For sure. For
that
sure.
movie
For
still has
sure.
me shook. But also Gina Bythewood also did one of my favorite books into a movie. She directed that Disappearing Acts in 2000.
Yes, yes,
That
yes,
was Terry
yes.
McMillan's. And she also directed The Secret Life of Bees, which was good and
Um,
sad, And she did one of my daughter's favorite movies, Beyond the Lights. That was such a great movie.
yeah, that was
So,
such a good movie.
it was a
People
good
slept
movie.
on that movie. That was a really good movie.
It
I
was
think
a
people
good
sleep
movie.
on that one. People
Yep.
do sleep on that
So
one.
the Secret
So,
Lives of Bees came out in 2008, and then Beyond the Lights 2014. If y'all seen the Beyond the Lights, make some noise in the comments. Let us know that you saw it. Let us know that you are feeling Gina's work. Come on, Love and Basketball,
yeah,
Disappearing Acts, The Secret Lives of Bees. Even though it was good, it was sad, but it was still good. Beyond
really.
the Lights. Come on now. So Prince Bythewood earned nominations for the Best Director at the Critics' Choice Movie Awards and the Best the British Academy Film Awards for The Woman King, which came out in 2022. Saw that at the movies. Brilliant. She was on a huge press junket because that's when the movies kind of were coming back in style after COVID.
Yeah,
And they
after
were
the COVID.
everywhere. Yes, and she was very intentional with that movie. So just think about those movies from 2000
Yeah.
to 2022. Those are all classic Black films. Think about that.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. She has a stellar catalog, and that's why, when we decided to do the directors, and like I said, I didn't know she had directed The Woman King. I didn't even realize she had directed Disappearing Act. So
Yeah,
it was like these movies that I knew that were great movies, but I didn't realize that you had this great director
yeah,
behind these movies. And
yeah,
I mean, and each of them were major movies in our eyes. They were major movies,
yeah,
and if you look at, I'm sure if you look at the budgets like we've done with the other ones, you'll see the
yeah,
growth in the budgets of the
yeah,
movies that she's done.
yeah.
you
And
know
we're going to get
so
through
it's
that. But I got to read this comment first because Basine, I don't know where you been, friend. Where have you been? She said, now that I know somebody Black has seen When Harry Met Sally, I'll check it out. Black folks love Harry
oh
Met
yeah,
Sally. We love that.
yeah, basically you gotta
My,
watch it.
my
You
oldest
gotta
daughter
watch it. It
loves
is
that.
phenomenal.
Yes,
Billy
ma'am.
Crystal. Yeah. Billy Crystal and Greg Ryan are hilarious. It's one scene in there you will not forget. And Kendall,
The
I know
diner,
Kendall know the
the
scene I'm
diner
talking
scene.
about.
You talking about the diner
Yeah.
scene?
So yeah, yeah. So I
I
ain't gonna
have,
tell you about it. We just gonna let you see it. We gonna let you see it.
yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. We
It's a
won't
good
be
movie. It's a
spotlighting on
really
here, but we tell you about it later. It's good.
yeah,
It's a good
yeah.
movie.
It's a really good movie. It's a good story. And it's
Yes.
and it's really, to me, the story is real life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like Love Jones was real life. These were you could imagine, you could see couples like this. You could see a relationship panning out like that. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody that watched it that did not like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't.
Facts.
It was good.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
definitely. And then I don't know where you can. I'm sure it's on Netflix or something like that. So yeah,
My
definitely
oldest
check it out.
daughter,
It's good.
she watched it in recent years. It's on somewhere free.
Yeah, I'm
You can
sure it
check it
is.
out.
Yeah, I'm sure Netflix probably has it. I'm sure that's
Yeah.
probably the best
Yeah.
place to go because they got every Netflix has probably the most.
Tubi
And
might
you know
have it
what?
now.
You know what? They don't even have, and maybe you've seen them. They don't even have the rib box anymore. We know that Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, they're gone. But
They got one
but
in
the
Randallstown. They got one in Randallstown, Maryland.
is it? Oh yeah, going to say because the red boxes. I'm like, I don't. Well,
And it was
I ain't too many for, but the Walmarts that I go to don't have them anymore. I was like, well, no, they done took the red boxes out.
Man, I saw one and I wanted to take a picture of that. Man,
I
when
know, right? They
red
like the
boxes
phone
were
booth,
hot,
right? They like the
man,
red box. I mean, they like the phone booth. Yeah.
when red boxes were hot, we stayed at that red box. Me and my kids, it'd be like, okay,
Really?
what we getting this week? We were always at between Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, then the red box. We stayed watching movies, and even my subscription. Like
Yeah.
people are with Netflix now. I had a subscription to Netflix when I was in my 30s, and
Really?
how
Netflix been
Netflix
out that long?
Yes, how Netflix used to be. I was like 36, 7. How
Uh-huh.
Netflix used to be is they would send you DVDs. You would
Oh,
watch
okay.
them,
Okay.
and then you
Okay.
send the DVDs
You
back.
had to send them
And
back.
you did other
Gotcha.
ones, and it was like almost like the subscription base. It wasn't what we
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
today.
What
But
you
my
see now? Yeah. Digital.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny. I used to be I used to be a manager for Hollywood Video back in the day.
See that. I can see
So yeah, and it was to see, like you said, it was a family thing. That used to be a family outing. Going to Blockbuster or going to Hollywood Video on a Friday or Saturday, getting a whole bunch of
it was an
movies. You
event.
see families coming in. Yeah, it was. It really was. It really
It was
used
an
to. It
event.
used to be a whole event. Yep, it was a whole experience. You
Which
know.
Hollywood video did you used to work at? I used to go to one in
The-
Ricerstown.
Yeah, the one right there on Liberty
CBS.
Road.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I know which one you're talking
the
about.
one right there on Liberty Road. Yeah, Liberty and I think that's Is it Milford Mill? Liberty and Milford.
I know.
It's a Wells Fargo Bank now. It's a Wells
Yeah,
Fargo Bank now. But
I
yeah, it
forgot it
used to
was
be a
one right
Hollywood video.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I used to go to the
Yep.
one in Ricerstown Road in Franklin.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
one I used to
Okay.
go
Okay.
to. And then
Yeah.
the Blockbuster, because did Blockbuster change to Hollywood? Because then I used to go to Block.
No. Mm-mm. They were
Okay,
separate.
okay.
Yeah, they were two separate ones. Yeah, they were two separate.
All right. So
Yep.
let's talk about Love
So
and
and
Basketball on this budget. So if
uh-huh.
let me know in the comments, is Love and Basketball one of your favorite movies? They be saying I look like Sanaa Lathan. That's why I like all her movies. But I've never met a Sanaa Lathan movie that I've watched that I
we're gonna
didn't like.
make that. We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna have to have you meet Sanaa, Miss Sanaa Lathan. You have to do an interview with Miss Sanaa Lathan. You know what I'm saying?
She's a
Sanaa, where you
beautiful
at?
woman.
She
Sanaa,
need to holler at you. Kendell need to
come
holler
on.
at you.
All right now. All right. Speak it.
You know,
Speak it. Speak
hit a
it.
sister up. Hit a
Right.
sister up.
Right. We both women in our 50s. Come on, let's do it. But
You know,
she's only a couple months younger than me. She's only a few months younger than me. We're
really?
same age. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So, Love and Basketball again came out in 2000. It's an American romantic sports drama. You don't see a lot of those. One of my favorite parts of the
Yeah.
movie is when she took her hat off and they like, she is a girl. And they played Candy Girl by New Edition. They had me right at hello. I was
Yep.
like, come on, let's get it. They're playing Candy
And
Girl on
and
the
the thing is,
basketball court.
a lot of and a lot of people might not even recognize what's her name
Kyla
uh
Pratt.
uh what was her first name? Kyla
Kyla Pratt.
Pratt. Yeah,
Mhm.
she was the young um uh
Monica.
Sanaa. She was the young
Monica.
Monica. She was the young Monica back in
Mm-hmm.
the when they first started. Yep,
Yeah, Monica
could
Wright.
hoop.
All right, so Love and
Yep.
Basketball, and they were reported going together during that time. And they were trying to keep it silent, and I remember Gina was like, "Y'all ain't keeping it silent. We already know." They were trying to keep it on the low, like she already
Low.
knew. But I have to tell you a quick story. I was
But
listening to Jamel Hill's podcast, right? And both ladies were on there separately. Gina was on there and Sanaa was on there. So Sanaa Lathan told the story about her having to go through hell and high water to be Monica Wright because Gina
right.
was auditioning basketball players, like ballers, like hoopers, like you done played in,
Hmm.
since you were 6 years old on up to high school, college, and maybe even, a league overseas. You play. Because Gina played, so she didn't take it. She took it seriously. She was like, I'm not
Seriously.
having no
Yeah.
actor come and play and pretend. I would rather teach an athlete how to act than an actor how to
Mm.
play ball. So then she asked Sanaa,
Mm.
and Sanaa never played nothing, so she couldn't do it. And Sanaa and both Gina said they gave Sanaa a hard time. Like she had to audition to the point so much and teach her. And Gina was real tough on her, like, no, we don't want you. But it was something about her and her acting.
Mm.
But it came to the point that they put Sanaa through so much. Gina did. Sanaa, when she got the role, she was like, I don't even want it. I don't want it. Like, this is abuse. I don't want it. I don't want it. But of
You
course,
know.
she took it, and it's a classic. They made the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, for
Yeah. For
first to
sure.
start, Omar Epps, Sanaa Lathan, Alfre Woodard, Dennis Haysbert. It was a budget of 14 to 20 million. It says that's the first time I've ever seen a 14 to 20.
Yeah.
And
To
it
20.
made
Right.
right, and it made $27.7 million. So imagine that being your first movie, and everybody went to see that movie at the movie theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nearly
For real.
everybody,
For real. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's
And you got
because
to think. And I don't know when. I guess what you're reading when they reported that, but I'm sure that it's made over 27 million now.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure this was just
You
at the
know.
box office when it opened. I'm sure
Yeah,
DVD sales took that thing up.
yeah,
Streaming platforms took that thing
yeah.
up.
Streaming platforms now. So
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
And it's a movie that's cemented. We're talking about classic black
Yeah,
film. It's cemented in pop culture. This is a
yeah.
cult classic movie. And imagine you not coming out the gate because she did TV, but coming out the gate, right? And this is your first movie, and people are still talking about your movie 24 years ago, and this was your first movie. So that goes to show you the intent and the professionalism and the perfection when it comes to movie making, because sometimes people's first movies don't be quite right. There's a
Yeah.
lot to learn because it's your first movie, but this one, she knocked it out the park. Let's talk about Gina in her early life. She was born in Chicago, Illinois. She was adopted by Bob Prince, a computer programmer, and Maria Prince, who was a nurse, when she was only 3 weeks old. Her adopted father is white,
Oh
and her
wow.
adopted mother is German. She grew up in a middle class neighborhood in Pacific Grove, California. She has 4 adopted siblings. So in 1987, Gina graduated from Pacific Grove High School, and she attended UCLA Film School, where she also ran competitive track. My kind of girl. At UCLA, she received a scholarship for directing at the Ray Stark Memorial Scholarship of Outstanding Undergraduates when she graduated in 91. She sought out her birth mother around 2014, but it was not a positive experience. Her birth mother, who is white, was a teenager when she gave her up because her family knew a child would be multiracial, and they wanted her to have an abortion. So you know how that is, black daddy. Sometimes the
Hmm.
family is not seeing
Hmm.
that. But think about that.
Yep.
I wanted to make sure I read that because a lot of people allow their past to hinder their future, or they think that they're less than, or they can't do it, or
Hmm.
because my life is not picture perfect, that I'm not going to be able to achieve success in that way. And she really did. And she started working early on. She was a writer on A Different World. She was a writer on the
Mm.
show South Central with Lorenz Tate. You know what I mean? So think about that. She was writing on A Different World. I remember seeing her, and I said Living Single, and that's Mara Baraka Kill that I was thinking about, and we got to do her too.
Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
Gina was writing on A Different World.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
she's been doing this
Okay.
for a long time. So let's talk about that, Leroy. When you're trying to achieve a goal as a businessman and entrepreneur yourself, sometimes is it difficult to achieve knowing your background, or you feel like you're not worthy or you can't do it? Do you think a lot of people get stuck
Well,
there? Because she did it.
I think a lot of people they sometimes get consumed by the obstacles.
Mm,
Being a black anything,
mhm,
in the corporate world, you're gonna have obstacles thrown at you. Look at we started the show talking about the mayor. He
mhm,
was the youngest. He is the youngest mayor ever to be elected here in Baltimore
mhm,
City. He
mhm,
was 35 when he became mayor.
mhm,
35 years old.
mhm,
And I'm not a big fan of his or anything like that. But the way that he has handled this situation is very big. He's handled it
mm.
very, very well.
Why
And
are
so
you not
you
a
get
fan of
this
his?
stigma. Say it
Being
again.
from, being from Baltimore yourself, why are you not a fan of his? I'm just curious.
Well,
I
honestly, just the work that I believe that he hasn't done,
got it.
and the work that needs to be done for the city. I just believe he you know now because you've been here for a minute. Baltimore is a different city. You gotta be able to take this thing by the horns and
Yeah,
handle it. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And you can't be. You can't be someone who is soft and be a mayor of Baltimore City. You can't. This
Yeah.
city is too strong, too tough, and it really can. The politics and everything
Yeah.
else behind it, the business can eat you up.
Yeah.
And I've always felt that he was young. He was too young to handle the position and
Yeah.
to handle the gravity of that position and everything that's going on. He's
Yeah.
shown, like I said, in this situation that he's handling it. He's
Yeah.
handling it very well. So I
Yeah.
give him credit for that and everything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been my reason for not not really being a big fan of his.
Got it.
I think that there are honestly, I think that there are others that could do a better job than him, and I want to see them do that. So, um,
Okay.
but you're gonna get obstacles. He's had his
Yeah.
obstacles, and I've had my obstacles being an entrepreneur, being in corporate America. I had my obstacles,
Mhm. Yeah,
and
we all
people
have.
will. Yeah, I know. People will see you a certain way. People will think because you're this or you're that or you're not this or you're not that that you can't do certain things.
Yeah.
That's always been
Yeah.
a thing that I've had to endure, where you feel as if you have to prove yourself to people. You know, when I
Yeah.
I was doing my internship up in Atlantic City, right? Worked for the I was doing my internship at the Sands Casino. So I'm doing my intern and I'm over people, and this was I'm 20, 21, 22 years old, and I got people that are working for me that are twice my age. So these folks are like,
Mhm.
little boy, little boy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you get this adage, and if you're not a confident person, which I'm sure she Ms. Blythewood, she actually was, because you see what she's overcome. She didn't allow what people thought of her deter
Yeah.
her from being who it was that
Yeah.
she believed that she could become. And that's the key. That's the major key. Is you got to be
Yeah.
the one that believes in you. You don't worry about what somebody else says about you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you achieve, and the what do they say, the greatest revenge is
It's
becoming,
success.
is becoming, yeah, a success, is being a
Mhm.
success. And
Yeah.
she's done that
Yeah.
despite what
She
people
really
may
has.
think. And she may have even had, being adopted, she felt like, did she ever belong? Because that's a lot of times, you can
Yeah.
speak more to that, with a lot of folks who may have gone through the adoption, you know um
Mhm.
journey.
To
They
find her
have a
place.
sense of not belonging. Yeah, just not
And being
knowing,
a
you
woman of
know.
color, and she considers
Yeah.
herself, obviously refers herself as a Black woman, and then you're adopted
Hmm.
by 2 white parents. I'm sure that's a lot,
Yeah.
I wonder if she will ever do a movie, loosely about her in that
Hmm.
experience. But she went
Hmm.
on to marry Reggie Rock Bythewood in 1998. They are still married with 2 children, and he's also, which is beautiful, American film maker. He's done one of my daughter's favorite shows, Swagger, and Shots Fired, and so many other different creations as director and producer and writer. So I think that that's beautiful that they both do the same thing, and they're able to
Yeah.
kind of connect in that way to have some support. But we're focusing on Black directors, and we had to throw another woman up in the mix. I think that she's a beautiful director with her imagery and her creations and her writing ability, and how she's able to write and direct. Disappearing Acts, when she did that,
Yeah.
if you look at the direction, if you look, as we've talked in the other shows, directors do everything. When you're looking at it and you like the cinematography, you like the location, you like the lighting, you like the angles, and maybe the clothes, and no, this one fits this one here. Oh, well, let's do these clothes here. Let's walk in this way, make sure da 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 da. That's who's doing that. The director is doing that. And Disappearing Acts is, I mean, it's a good movie. The book was very good. So I wanted to see the movie to make sure. And of course, she directed that. So to have a Black woman direct a Black
Mm.
woman's work, Gina to Terry McMillan, I think that was um, pretty awesome. I'm not sure if you all are
Yeah.
familiar with Gina Bryce Blythe. I keep saying Bythewood, Bythewood, Gina Price Prince Bythewood.
Prince.
My apologies. I'm trying to say it quickly, but I just can't say it quickly clearly. But we have been familiar with her work. You might not be familiar with her name, but you definitely know
Mm.
Gina's work. What you got to say, Leroy, to round this thing out?
No, I think that she's a phenomenal director. Her catalog speaks for itself in what she's been able to do. And like you said, starting off as a writer on on shows, and then going
Mm-hmm.
into the movie realm. I think it's great, and all of her, all of her material, all of her stories have been, I thought have been really great. Like I said, I haven't watched I fell asleep on it, I guess, the Woman King. um but
Okay,
but
that's good. I
the
saw that one.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of people liked it. The of course, Disappearing Acts, love that. Love and Basketball,
Mm-hmm. Of
absolutely my favorite, my favorite, my
course.
favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got that cast right, and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't see
Mm-hmm.
anybody else playing Monica, to be honest.
No,
And
Sanaa
and
was
S- and
perfect.
Sanaa,
And Omar.
yeah, and you couldn't even tell that she was not a basketball player. And that was when she said
You
that, she was like,
couldn't.
"I had never played basketball." You
You
could not
couldn't.
tell that
You couldn't.
that she was not a basketball player, and that's a tribute to her talent and her skill, that she was willing to work that hard at that, to gain that skill, to be able to gain that part
Mm-hmm.
that she got there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Agreed.
kudos to Miss Prince, yeah, to Miss Prince Bythewood, and the phenomenal work that she does. But all of the directors that we've selected have been absolutely outstanding in their work, and that's why we picked them, because we
Exactly.
because we felt as if their work
Exactly.
spoke to what we talk about being more than just a movie. And it's more than just a movie. It's more than just the actors
Yep.
and actresses that you see on the front of the screen,
Yep.
but those
Yep.
directors who bring to life the script, that bring to
Yep.
life the script, and make sure that everything flows the way that it's supposed to flow, and that the story is told. The stories are told the way that they're supposed to be told, and we come away from the movies being like, wow, that was that was great, that was really
Yep.
good.
Yep.
So that
Yep.
that kind of thing. So yeah, so she's definitely one of those. And like you said, you may not be familiar with the name, but you certainly are familiar with the projects
Right.
that she's created and that she's directed. So for sure.
Absolutely. Gina Prince Bythewood. I know her name. Make sure I say I'm getting tangled up. I was getting tangled up, but I know her and I want to give her respect. I like when I slowed down to make sure I said every syllable of her work. And she's a woman, in her 50s, also doing her thing still. And I love when I see women over 50 continuing to do what they love and do what they were called to do, and are darn good at it, because we know we
And
are in a society with ageism, and youth is everything for many people in many genres.
let's
So to be able to still do, and 54 ain't old, but I'm just saying.
and here's the thing. And I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but Dr. George Fraser said, he gave this statistic in one of his speeches that he did. He said that you don't to um be at your pinnacle of your producing and being able to work and stuff like
Let's
that.
talk about
He
it.
said you don't Yeah, he said I'm gonna go from three to one. The number three age category is between your 50s and 60s.
Hmm.
That's number three, when you're most productive. The number two
That's good.
is between 60 and 70.
Mm, that's
The
good.
number one category when you're the most productive is between your 70s and your 80s. So
Wow.
we ain't even tipped the iceberg yet.
Who
You know what I'm
said
saying?
that?
And
Who
and
said
and
that now? Who said that?
Dr. George Frazier. Dr. George Frazier. So you can, the young
Okay,
kids
George
out here,
Fraser,
y'all
come on.
are y'all a bunch of old heads. That's right. Because with that comes wisdom. It comes and it makes sense because we've got enough life under us
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
through all of the think about your 20s and your 30s and your 40s. Think about what you're trying to do. And Tyler Perry said this one time too. He said you're 20, and I think it was Medea's class reunion.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
said you're
yeah.
20. He was like, you're 20, you don't know what you're doing. You just messed up everything. You messed up everything. He
Yeah,
said you're 30, you spend your 30s trying to fix it. By the
yeah,
time you get to your 40s, you kind of start to get your groove and you know what
yeah,
you're doing. By the time you 50, you like, look, I don't care what
yeah,
nobody else says or
yeah.
anything like that.
I
Just
love this
because
stage of
you've
the
you've
game. I love it.
yeah, because you've learned life lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Life has taught us so much in
Mm-hmm.
in in these in these years. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you learn what works, what doesn't work. You should have been known what was right and wrong, but we still do it anyway. But you've learned a lot of the lessons, and that's whether
Mm-hmm.
it's business or
Mm-hmm.
business or personal life,
Mm-hmm.
in your
Yep.
business and personal life. You
Yep.
learn about that because you've had a couple jobs. You, you,
More than a couple.
you,
Look, more than a
you
couple.
know what I'm saying? You
More
know
than a couple.
you done been broke. You done been broke
More
more than
than
a
a
couple
couple
times.
jobs and more than a couple relationships.
All of that. So by the
Exactly.
time we get into our 50s, we have the experience, and by the time we get in our 60s, we really know and come into who we are and understand where it is that we're trying to go, and we're building legacy. That's what it's about now.
Yep.
From your 50s on, it's about building your legacy. What
Yep.
what are you pouring into the generations that's coming up behind you, and
Yep.
and what are you doing to make sure that the end of the rest of your life, that second half of your life, is
Yep.
is even better than the first half of your life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah,
I like this
that's what
stage
it's
of the
all
game.
about.
I like this stage of the game.
Yeah,
It's a
you
good one.
know.
All right, everybody. This
Hmm.
is more than just a movie where we break down classic Black films. We correlate it with life and we talk about these movies. I mean, some of the favorite lines. If you've seen this movie multiple times, it's probably a classic, right? When you
Hmm.
know the characters, when you know when they're about to hit the corner, turn around. And Gina, one of my friends I grew up with, Wendy Levy, she's the co-owner of the hair products Mixed Chicks. You can find that everywhere. Support them. But Wendy Levy and I grew up together. I would go to her house after school and all of that. She was in the movie Love and Basketball. She's the one like, girl, don't even trip. Remember, she was in the locker room and she was talking
Yeah,
to
yeah, with
Monica.
the curly hair.
Yeah, to try to pump her up when the old girl was trying to, come for her position. And she was like, don't even trip. She
Yeah,
mad because she bow-legged. That was my friend Wendy Levy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
She
okay.
was mad. But that was my friend Wendy
She was
Levy.
fine
And
too.
yeah, and I haven't seen her. She was always cute, even when we were younger. She was like a year older than I was. And
Oh, okay.
I would go over her house after school. We would have fun and everything. But it's so funny because I, lost contact other than, seeing her ads on Mixed Chicks. And I'm so proud of her. And when I was watching Love and Basketball, I was like, that's Wendy. Wait. And then the credits came. I'm like, Wendy Levy. I'm like, yes. So every time I watch Love and Basketball, that's another reason I smile because there's so many reasons to smile in that movie. When he said, you think the
Awesome.
sun shines and sets on
I
your,
told y'all.
come on now.
Kendell know everybody. She got a story for everything, y'all. I'm telling y'all. She know everybody.
They
She gonna
all
be
come
coming
out
out
on
with
this
some
show.
secrets. She gonna be coming out with some secret interviews like all these other folks that we want to come out on Diddy now.
I'm like, and all my stories, y'all know if you watch me, like it's so many stories that I have that I don't even share. And every time I come on this show, something leads to another one. And I say, y'all gotta understand, I done had so many wonderful experiences and lives after lives. And I don't even
I'm
talk about
telling
that
you,
stuff.
you
And
need to write a book.
Leroy,
You need to put it in a
that's
book.
I was getting ready to say, you always say that. You always say that. I got stories with people who y'all know and who y'all know and love, people that y'all done seen on the TV screen and all of that. I got some stories. Maybe one day I'll share some stories. Leroy, some of them unfold on here, like the small part of them, not the full story, but just the small parts. But Leroy always say, I need to write a book of them stories. Man, it ain't gonna be no Corinne Steffens type of book, though. I tell you that. No, ma'am,
For
sir.
sure,
Ma'am,
for
sir.
sure.
No, ma'am, sir. Not that type. Not that type. All right. It ain't a tell all like that, you know. It's wholesome. It's wholesome. But Leroy, tell the people what they need to do before we get out of here. And if y'all want to
Yeah,
sponsor the show
y'all
and you
need to
got
go
a
on
business
and
and you want to sponsor the show, holler at us. Because we about to do a
yeah,
live
absolutely. Yeah, we'd
on
love to have
location.
some of. Yeah, we definitely want that because we have people that that watch the show and would love if you have a product or service that you want to be able to shout out and have us be able to shout it out while we on the show here. We'd love to be able to do it as well too. So we're
Mhm.
going and going over there to the YouTube channel and you want to click on the subscription button. We also want you to hit that notification bell so you can know when Miss Kendell, because y'all know she got 8, 11, she's secretly a Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? She's secretly a Jamaican.
What you saying, man?
She got
All the
50,
Jamaicans don't
50,
come for me.
11
I don't mess
jobs. So hit that subscription button, and we want to hear your comments too. We want to know what y'all think about this season 6 because we changed it up a little bit, and we wanted to go to behind the camera. What y'all think about that, and how we've talked about the different movies and how we've covered them this way. And if there's somebody like Kendall's always said, if there's a director that y'all think that we've forgotten or that we've kind of missed or that y'all want to suggest that y'all would like to hear us do, then please do that as well too. So because we'd love to hear your feedback and hear your thoughts and 'cause this show is for you all. We sit here and have fun with it, but it's for you. But it's for you
It's for
all
y'all.
though
It's
too.
for your
So
pleasure.
because we certainly have fun doing it. So
We do. I always know I can count on a smile or a gut laugh when I do this, and always look forward to Thursdays because when Leroy and I get together and kiki and crack up, it's like a genuine, and I would always look forward to it because I know one thing I know for sure is I'm going to crack up on this show, and if you want that energy, we are going to do a live taping of this maybe around in May in the springtime. So Basine, our favorite, our biggest supporter, and I'm so glad that during my cancerversary lunch that Leroy
yeah.
and Basine got
Yep.
to meet each other in
We
person
took pictures
and
too,
hug
y'all.
one
We
another.
took pictures.
Yep. I gotta post it. I gotta post those pictures so they can see. So we always talk.
Absolutely,
If you watch
absolutely.
MT Jams, you know that we always talk about Basine. She's always commented. She's like our biggest supporter on this show. And this is my 3rd year, my cancerversary of colon cancer. And I had a luncheon, and all my beautiful people came out, and Leroy was there, and Basine was there as well. And they have only met virtually. They had never met in person. So they got a chance to hug each other. We took pictures and to meet in person. So that was cool. I love that. And thank you, Leroy,
Yeah,
for supporting me.
yeah,
Thank you for for coming to that. It means a lot to me. Your brotherhood and friendship means a lot to me. So I appreciate you.
absolutely. The wings was fire. You know what I'm saying?
I did good. I did good. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you.
Them crab balls was even better too. I'm sorry, the crab ball was even, but crab balls was even better. That was my first
I
time
had
ever being
y'all.
in that restaurant. And as many times as I go up there, that was my first time in that restaurant. That was the first time I've been in that restaurant. That was good.
Oh, I'm glad that you liked it. So I provided,
Yeah,
food for them to have and everything, and it was like the crab balls are good, the wings, all of that
yeah.
good. Did you like the hush puppies? Do you eat hush puppies?
Well, I don't eat hush
Yeah.
puppies. I didn't eat the hush puppies, but yeah, but everything. I mean, the French fries, everything. Them sweet potato fries was the bomb too. So they have a good
Good,
menu.
right?
They have a really good
Good,
menu there.
good.
So I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to visit there a time or
Yeah.
two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this episode of More Than Just a Movie, where we break down classic Black films, TV, and the Black experience when it comes to media, what we're seeing, right? So next week, we'll decide who we're going to do. Maybe we'll do Mara Braca Kill. I don't know. Maybe we'll do her,
Mm,
but come back. Yeah, I think let's do her. We're going to do Mara Braca Kill. You good with that, Leroy?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good with it. Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
Two women's in a
Yep.
row because we got to catch up to the men's.
Hmm.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching More Than Just a Movie. We are here every Thursday. Make sure you check us out. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, as Leroy said. Remember to watch a movie, take notes because we're going to talk about it here. So grab your popcorn and enjoy yourself with your family watching some classic Black films and report back to us later. All right, y'all. God bless y'all. Peace. Bye, Leroy. Bye, everybody.
Deuces.